All right. Welcome to C-Period AP Calculus BC for Wednesday, April 29th. Glad everybody's here. I know Mr. Gallagher, I got word that he's on a college visit today, so he won't be joining us, and we're just waiting on on Tony. Hope everybody's doing all right. Anybody heard if Miss Dolmage had her baby or anything? I haven't heard. I assume not, but sometimes I'm the last to know. All right, so I guess not, since everybody's shaking their head no.
She's waiting until May 4th to have it.
They could always come earlier.
No, I told her she couldn't.
Oh, okay. So she's holding out for you. All right. I don't know. I can't remember if the first baby is usually early or late. I have to ask my wife, I guess. All right. So I'm sure she's probably ready to have it. I know it gets a little crowded there towards the end. Okay. I've got some announcements. I've seen a couple things and doing a little research, minimal research on AP testing, and this may be old redundant information, but I want to make sure you know it. It says to check your AP portal to make sure your portal is all squared away with the appropriate information. So if you haven't done that, I think Ms. Metcalf sent some of that information and contact information out to both you and a parent. If you're having difficulties with that, let me know, and I will check with Ms. Metcalf, unless you would prefer to communicate with her directly. All right. You probably already know this, but you may want to write this down maybe on your reference guide. I think you're going to need the school access code as part of your preliminary information you give to them. And our access code is 471840. That's 471840. So have that jotted down on your important documents there.
Can you repeat the last three digits again?
Sure. The first three are 471. The last three are 840. 840. Reading a couple things. Am I correct? I thought it was a lot longer, but it's some of the literature I saw where the AP exam is only 45 minutes. Is that correct? So does that mean you're only going to probably do maybe 2 problems?
It's 2 free response. One's 25 minutes long, the other's 15.
So 2 free response, so 25 minutes for the 2 combined, or 25 minutes apiece?
25 minutes for the first one, 15 minutes for the second one.
And that's it. Wow. Okay. Because normally, isn't it like 2.5, 3 hours? Great. Yeah. Okay. So that definitely changes the mechanics from years past. With that in mind, make sure you've got that reference guide that was part of that packet of materials that Ms. Dolmage put out to you guys. I'd have a nice printed copy of that out. You may want to have some things as a suggestion highlighted on it, maybe some notes, stars, however you kind of depict real important stuff, so that you don't have to be familiar with everything that's on it, so that you don't have to waste a lot of time looking around. Make sure your calculator's charged up, or you've got fresh batteries if it's not a rechargeable one, because you definitely don't want that thing to die in that limited 45 minutes. I also read somewhere, and I was trying to, and I read it earlier in the week, and I was trying to locate where it was, in that it said to sign on for the exam 30 minutes prior to, or did I dream that or something? I can't find where I read that or heard that, but that seems excessive to me. But did you get the same word? 30 minutes prior to the exam start time. I'll do some research maybe with Ms. Metcalf on that one, because it seems excessive. Of course, you don't want to try to sign on 3 minutes prior and then have some kind of technical difficulty. But I could see maybe 10 or maybe 15, but 30 seems a little excessive. And I was trying to find where I read that or saw that earlier in the week, but I couldn't. So I'll try to either confirm or refute that. course, you know, you can't consult with friends or teachers. We'll take an exam, which you really probably aren't. With 45 minutes, you're going to be very compressed on time. All right. So any questions or comments on that? All right. So actually, we're down to 6 folks. Now, if there's no questions, and I'm strictly going off of what Ms. Delmage gave you guys and me. And for today, the 29th, she said to focus on derivative rules and encourage you guys to use the reference guide. And the two sets of problems that she suggested for today was Unit 2 FRQ4 and Unit 2 FRQ5, which I printed out. And number 4 kind of looks like one that I think I watched her do with you guys last Wednesday, if I recall correctly. I took a few notes, but not an extensive amount. So that, correct me if I'm wrong, so that looks somewhat similar to the one you guys did last Wednesday. There's only 6 of you. I'm looking for your guidance. Again, someone asked me, what are you doing teaching calculus, AP Calculus BC? And I said, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not even sure if I could spell it. So I know I'm a limited knowledge resource to you guys. I'm just more of a facilitator to get you as best set for May 12th as possible.
And participation grades. Exactly.
I am. That's one of the onus responsibilities that's been placed on me with this class. With that in mind, do we want to stay collectively as a group since there's only 6 of you here today, or do I can break you up into 2 groups of 3 if that's more beneficial? And again, you tell me. I said that number, the FRQ4, looks like one you did similar to the one you did last Wednesday, and I may be a little bit off base on that. So, my thought was maybe the FRQ5, maybe since it's different from that one, and that other one should be from last Wednesday, should be fairly fresh, or last Wednesday, should be fairly fresh. Do we want to work on number 5? And I'm looking at for your guidance and recommendation to make this as productive as we possibly can. Thoughts, comments?
I think we should break out into breakout rooms again.
Okay.
Because if all of us are here, we're all going to get distracted and not do the work.
Okay. All right. So let's do 2 groups of 3. Makes sense? Okay.
Yep.
I guess each group could decide which problem they want to work on. Any thoughts collectively, which one we want to go on? Because it kind of seems like, there's plenty of time to do 1 problem. To do 2 problems, it seems like is a bit of a stretch to do in the remaining 35 minutes or so. Or do you want me to break you into 2 groups and then each group determine which of the 2 they want to focus on?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me how you want to, I'm looking for your guidance. What would be the most beneficial to break you up? Which 3?
We can just do it the same way that we had last time, because the 2
Just
people that were missing were each in one side.
Yeah, just
You're
go
right.
straight down the alphabet, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So each group will be just missing 1. There's something else I wanted to ask you. Any questions for me?
How's your day been, sir?
Been good. Wrapped up a chapter in stats. You guys should take some. You guys will be great in stats. We need to up the caliber of stats. Hopefully next year we'll have enough guys that we can have honors and a regular. But we'll see. All right. Any other comments? Anything I can help you with? And I'll just kind of pop back and forth between rooms, just to check on you, see if you need anything from me.
Sounds good.
Anything before we break out? All right.
What were it was FRQ 4 and 5?
Yeah, it's in Unit 2, FRQ4, and FRQ5. And like I said, I printed them out, and I printed out the answer keys and just kind of looked at them. Some of it I actually recognize, which, like I said, I'm doing real good just to spell calculus BC. A couple of the first parts is somewhat stuff similar to that we actually did or have done in Algebra 2. So I think, I've read some literature too. And each of these questions, have anywhere from 4 to 6 parts. And she said, scramble as hard as you can to get as many points from various parts that you can. So focus on the things, I guess, focus on the things you know first, and then come back and then focus on the things that are going to be a little more time consuming. All right. Anything else before I break you up? Okay. Let's see. Hope I can do this without disconnecting everybody. Let's see. Do that. Do that. Let's see. So we're going to do. And the first one we're going to do Calizzi, Gleiberman, and Griffith. Is that correct? Nate and Griffith. Okay. All right. So that's that guy, that one. And then that one.
John, stop breathing so loud.
All right. I think you're there. Everybody go? Yep. Oh, Nate, you didn't get assigned a room for, there we go. There we go. You guys need anything from me?
No, sir, we're just chugging along.
All right. I'll leave you be.
All right,
Limit definition of derivative.
Glidman, are you doing 4 or 5?
4.
You guys need anything from me other than some lunch? Mr.
No.
Has his lunch
Yes,
scored
sir.
away.
Yes, sir.
It's a working lunch.
That's right.
Gotta keep that energy up. Okay, good?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna get out of the way.
Sally Hemings.
Good. Can you get my phone? Plugged in.
You guys have about another 12 minutes or so, then I'll pull you all back together for the last few minutes, all right?
Okay.
Alrighty, sir.
Okay, need anything from me while I'm here?
We're just almost finished with
Excellent.
question 5.
All right, thank you.
No, thank you.
His class wasn't hard at all, except for the poetry, I thought.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I'm going to pull you back together in about 12 minutes or so. Will that be enough time to get most of what you wanted to get accomplished on?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Need anything from me while I'm here? Otherwise, I'll let you get back to work.
I'm good.
We're good.
All right, welcome back. Did you get accomplished what you wanted to accomplish for the most part?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
While you guys were broken out, I did go down and talk with Ms. Metcalf, and that 30-minute prior to is accurate. She says just to have some other stuff there to
Fill the time.
kind of get in the mindset and ready to go. So there may be some announcements or some additional information that you're provided prior to start time. But that 30 minutes, like I said, I couldn't recall where I read or saw that, but she says that is accurate. And there's some kind of a AP teleconference for counselors on Fridays where she said they'll probably get some additional guidance and instruction on AP exams. So whatever she gets, she conveys to us, I'll get to you guys next week. All right. And then
Alrighty.
looking
Yes,
ahead
sir.
to Monday. Let's see, Monday, she recommends Unit 3, FRQ 7, Unit 3, FRQ 7, and practice AP exam A3. All right. My suggestion between now and Monday is if you didn't give adequate justice to, I think we permit on we worked on AP exam A5, we kind of sloughed over Unit 2 FRQ 3, so that might be something you want to kind of look at between now and next Monday just to stay sharp. Which problem did you guys work on today? The
4.
5.
5, both groups?
It is 4.
Oh, so one group did 4, one group did 5.
I think John and I were the only ones who did 5.
Okay, so for the one that you didn't do, that would be another one to maybe look at and
Do for homework.
become proficient in between now and Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great
Let's see.
idea.
Let's see, and then I think there's somebody's birthday next week, I see. All right, and we'll talk about that next week. But it's Unit 3, FRQ 7 on Monday, and AP exam A3 on Monday, if you want to look ahead. Anything for me before we depart?
Have a great day, sir.
All right, have a good rest of the day. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. And
You
again,
too, sir.
I encourage you to work on the 2 problems that we didn't actually focus in on from Monday and Wednesday. All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
If you got any questions
you.
for me or anything, I still do office hours 2 to 2:30 every day and 9 to 10 a.m. on Friday morning. So if you need me to research something on your behalf for calculus, I'll be glad to do that.
All right.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
We'll see you. Take
Thank
care.
you.